Big Barn Blooms. Happy Sunday! Project day, got a lot of projects back here I'm working on. And yeah, I'm still in my kitchen. I'm still working on my studio in the spare bedroom. So for now, I'm just out here. It's kind of nice, got my TV in front there and getting to do some work. So, you guys, I want to talk about arrangements, whether it be like in a vase, or if you're doing a garland, or you just have, maybe you have silk plants, silk trees, anything in your house that you want to add a touch of holiday color to. And for today's, we're actually doing Valentine's Day because that's the season we're in right now. So I'm going to show you a couple things today. I know I teased, how to get your embellishments, such as hearts, to stand up nicely in an arrangement. But I'm going to actually do a little arrangement for you today too, just so I can show you the whole process. And it's a super easy design. This design anyone can do, and it takes a ginger jar type vase. Now, let's talk about vases first. We're going to go into how to get the embellishments like glitter hearts and stuff ready, but I want to talk about when you're picking a vase to do an arrangement in. And this one I want it to come out wide and tall. Make sure your vase has a smaller opening. Hint, it takes less flowers to fill it. And it actually, because the opening is smaller, it makes things cascade out more. When it's bigger, you got to fill that whole void before you get things to cascade. So try picking a vase that has a smaller opening. It can be super tall too. You get drama with the really tall vases with the skinny openings. Those are awesome. So I will get to the arrangement in a minute. When you come on, say hi, tell me where you're watching from. And I'm trying to see on my little phone here, so I'll try to see if I can see what you guys are typing. But anyway, I'm excited to share this with you today. It's going to be nice. And then tell me if everyone can hear me pretty good. I'm trying to look and see and make sure everything's working. I've got something weird flashing on my phone right now, so hold on just a second. Let me see if this is working. Someone say hi. Excuse my hand. Hopefully that's better. Maybe my volume wasn't all the way up, so I don't know if that affects the light or not. But anyway, okay. So did you guys see this heart that was on my mantle? The mantle little video I teased. So you want to know what this started as? You guys are going to love this. I don't like going into the craft stores and buying their big hearts all made up. They're expensive. They really are. You guys, this started out as a placemat. Yes, a placemat. So go to Home Goods and look at their placemats because they have some really cool ones. And, an embellishment this big, some of them are can be 20 bucks or more, right? So what I bought, let me show you. I was pretty excited about this one. I bought a set of heart placemats just like this. I bought 2 sets of them. It was 2 for $15. And yes, that's a little spendy. Most of the hearts placement mats, you get 4 or 6 for $10, $12. But I wanted these because, as you can see, let me hold this one up. It's got all these beads, all this little rim around here is all beaded. And then the little beaded, they look like they're all sewn on. So it's a little bit fancier, but I wanted it for my mantle, so I went, okay, I can do this. And I bought 2 sets, so I have 4 of them. And I've made the one up, and let me show you how easy it is. Not only that, a lot of the embellishments that you buy at the craft stores are flat. They're not 3D, they're flat. These are nice though. You can put some of these in arrangements and garlands and whatnot. But, or they have the styrofoam glitter. But I wanted something a little bit more elegant. And the other thing I wanted to do is be able to have multiples of these to bring it out in the same room. This is just sitting on my mantle on its side. So, but I wanted it to be 3D. See how it's puffy? So let me show you how to do that. It's so easy. So what I did, let me put this aside. I took my placemat, and here's what I'm going to make with you right now. And I took some foam board, that cheap foam board, it's a little bit thicker than a poster board like that, from the dollar store. And I just cut out hearts. And what I did, see here's one, I just cut one out before this started like that. So what I did is I made it a little bit smaller than the heart I'm going to use. Hi Martha, I can see Martha popping up there. You guys come on and say hi. I'm so glad you joined us today, Martin. This is going to be a really cool one. Okay, so when you're going to trace this, what I do is I lay it on my poster board and I trace out the heart, the actual size. But when I cut it, I bring it in a little bit smaller because when you make this, it's going to actually shrink because we're going to stuff it with a bunch of batting, right? So once I'm done and I have the big size cut out, I go around and I kind of look at it and go, yeah, I need about, I don't know, 1/2 inch to 1 inch all the way around. So as you can see on this one, I don't know if I got it centered, but see how it's a little bit smaller? Because when we glue this, it's going to puff up. So, and I want the edges to hang over a little bit so you don't see that poster board. It's kind of like, okay, it looks really elegant, but if you turn it around, not so much. So we're going to disguise that by keeping this a little bigger. So all you're going to do, you guys, is just glue it on. I just use a glue gun. And I just take my glue gun and I run a bead around the edge. I come in a little bit. I don't want it all the way to the edge because I don't really want it to spill over and make a mess. Not that you're ever going to see the other side, but a lot of these, when I'll do them up, I'll put them in wreaths and whatnot, and I sell them. So I don't want it, I like the back of my projects to look as good as the front, right? So anyway, we'll just start like this. We're not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to do the top half. Pretty good bead. And stop. And then let's just get the top half of this secured, which this is like, drop it and hope you land it upright. And it will. So it's a little bit bigger. I can bring it over a little bit on this side. So we shift it, and then you just push it down. That's it. Right like that. Piece of glitter on there. So now it's glued to the board. How easy is this, you guys? So, I mean, these are placemats, but you could go to the fabric store and just buy some fabric and do the same thing. Fabric is super inexpensive. You guys, go to Walmart, go to Joann's. I mean, you can buy really, really inexpensive fabric that's in the holiday colors that you want to use. Okay, so we've got that done. Now we're going to take our batting a little bit at a time, and we're just going to push it up into this heart. And this makes it look 3D. I love it. So, so easy. Now, see, that popped off already. Popped off the glue. Don't worry. I get this top started, and then I'll throw some more glue on there. When I'm doing this, and I'm not on camera like this, I take my time and let it dry a little more, but we're just going to keep moving along. So I'm just going to push it up as far as we can. If you need to, you can like use a pair of scissors to get it way up in the corners. But this is doing pretty good. Anyway, so we just go all the way around and stuff it. And then when we get to the bottom, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, you guys get the gist because I just showed it to you. So when you get it all stuffed, run the rest of your beads and close it up. And then you have a 3D little heart decoration. It's so easy, you guys. I just love this. It's so simple. So this is with a placemat. Home Goods has all kinds of these, and they're actually heart-shaped. So you don't have to cut them out. But if you saw placemats that work, just cut it out. Cut out a heart. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside. So then you have them. You can put them in wreaths. You can put them in garlands. You can just lean them on a table, an entry table, a mantle, maybe even in your kitchen. You put them on the back counter. So easy, and what a pop of color for just a small investment. And it's fun to make. Okay, so we'll put that aside. The other thing I want to talk about with like placemats and things, if you go to the dollar store, they have these kind of things, right? These were from probably, I use these every year. Like, these are probably like 4 years old. But the dollar store gets these in. They're made of like felt and foam. They're super inexpensive. Well, $1.25 now each. And like I used these when I had my booth in trends. I would put these all over the walls in trends here and there throughout my booth just to give it that little pop of Valentine's Day. But what I'm going to do with these, and see, again, I put the backing on them, made it smaller, because I didn't want it showing through the cutouts. The pink part was actually cut out, but I thought, well, that's a good idea. So if you had one that was completely hollow, you know, like it's all cut out and you want a second color, glue a piece of felt on it. so that you have the pink showing through the light pink showing through the dark pink. Can't even talk today. So anyway, fun, fun, fun. Then I use 3M strips. See, I have one up there. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm pretty excited about, is this one has a Cupid, this has Be Mine, but I'm going to stagger these later today when I'm done, and these are going to go on my cupboard doors like this. Can you get, hopefully, well, I don't know if you can see that, but they're going to go up there. I know it's not focused on the cabinet door, but I'll show you when I get them all done. So I'm working on that today. But the main reason that we came on is I want to show you, if you do your arrangements, and I'm talking every day, I'm talking like the ones I showed on the mantle, those actually are my after Christmas every day. I just added pink roses, red roses, and then the hearts. Normally they're just green and white, okay? And I should have probably showed it before I started adding the color, but whatever you have in your house, just add a pop of the seasonal color. So when all this red is done, then I'll move on to Easter and it'll be all the spring colors. But what I wanted to talk to you about, so it's up on the thing, but if you go back and look at my video of my Valentine mantle, you'll see these big red, they look like cabbage roses or peonies, however you say that. Anyway, those are Christmas. So if you go to Michael's right now, their Christmas is like 70 to 90% off. I know Hobby Lobby is 90% off. You guys, I picked up those stems for next to nothing. I think they were under $2 each. And each stem had 3 flowers on it. So think about when you're looking in the clearance aisles for Christmas, think about Valentine's Day, because those are Christmas flowers. And they look amazing because the tips of them have red glitter, and they just have that really, really deep, deep red that you need for Valentine's Day. So, and even the whites that you see that have the glitter that the stores have for Christmas that are on clearance, the white works too. And then you can put things like this in with the white roses. So think about Christmas clearance for Valentine's Day. And then, 4th of July will come up, we can use the red again. And I think that's why I use so much red at Christmas, because I know I can recycle it into the other holidays. Makes it kind of easy. The other thing you want to look at is reds. Because I have on my ribbon back here, I'm going to be making some Valentine wreaths and things. This is Christmas. This is from a few years ago. This was Michael's, and this was a big roll of ribbon. It was one of their jumbo rolls, but I use it for Valentine's Day. I'm getting ready to do a big garland on my front porch. This is what I'm going to use. These little ones that are Christmas, they are perfect for Valentine's Day. You want to make little treat bags or anything, if you're doing Valentine's with the kids or something for their class. These little ribbons are all 90% off right now. So don't forget to check the Christmas aisles for Valentine's Day. Anyway, so I'll get off that little soapbox. But I love this time of year when you can get things super, super inexpensive. And of course, always look to see what you can find for next Christmas. Put it away. I know it's a pain to start, but the prices are so good. Okay, so let's do this now, this arrangement. Okay, let me see who else I can see. Hi, Rita. I see Rita's on there. You guys, so what are you working on today? Is anyone decorating for Valentine's Day? I know I think I put that question out there, and a few people said yeah, a lot of people said no, which is fine. It's kind of a in-between holiday. I just do it. I got my granddaughters, and I love to see their faces when they come in and see what I've done. And then, of course, for this page. So for Big Barn Blooms, we've got to do something for Valentine's Day. And it's just fun, When you take all the Christmas down and it's so plain, it's just sad. It's like, at least I know I can put this and it kind of brightens up, the house and everything, so it doesn't look so bare. So, okay, so we're going to do this guy now. Watch how easy this is. Okay, so I'm going to start with my favorite. These are my magnolia leaves that I recycle year after year. You saw they were in my mantle. They were it for Christmas. They were in my Christmas tree. And I'm talking, I have like 2 bins of these. And I recycle them every single holiday, you guys. So right now, there's a bunch of them are in my olive trees. I showed that little hack about hiding my garlands in my basket, and then I cover them up with these. And then now I start using them in arrangements. So, hi Frenchie, good to see you on here. A little late is fine because I haven't done much. but you can watch it. I'll post it when I'm done. You guys can watch this on replay too. Okay, so we start with these magnolia leaves. You guys, these are Hobby Lobby. I love them. They are so nice. I mean, you can buy stems and do individual, but I love that they're just already grouped on here for you. I tell you, I use them for everything. When I'm done, I move them to the next project. So they're great garlands. These are wonderful in Christmas tree. They were all over my Christmas tree. They hide my garlands in my baskets, and now I'm gonna put some in this. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is stick them in, right like this. I'm gonna start with 3. Let's see, I've got a 4 there. I'm gonna start with 3, okay? So we're just gonna put them in. I mean, you could stop right there, look at that. Just a bowl of leaves, but they look great. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm going to put in some height. So I have these. These are really, really tall. I folded the stems in half. These, you can get any type. This, it looks like kind of like a bamboo or eucalyptus, you know, but it's pretty. And what I was looking for was something that was in a more muted green and lighter, where this is very vivid, and there's the brown side of the leaves, but I wanted some contrast there. So these are gonna go right down in the center. So I'm just gonna find where those 3 kind of split, and I'll probably move these around a little bit once I get it in here. And we're just gonna push these right on down in, right like that. Easy, right? I know, you can't see me anymore, but that's okay. So we put our magnolias on the bottom. These are coming up in the middle, like that. And now I'm gonna build on the opposite side of you guys. So you're not gonna be able to see for a minute, and I'll turn it around, because I just can't build backwards, I know. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to take, let me take the tag off of this as I'm hiding back here, is we're going to take a magnolia bush. You guys, also look in there, if you're going to the craft stores right now, look at their Christmas bushes. White magnolias, okay? They have these on clearance. These were not Christmas. This was spring clearance last year at Michael's. But I did see some when I went out that were Christmas clearance, and they were just like white magnolias or red magnolias. And you can easily use that in here too. Okay, so this is gonna go right in the front. Let me get this in here, and then I'll turn it around. Because this is gonna be a one-sided arrangement. This is something you put like on an entry table, on a buffet, even in your kitchen. Like I put it on this island, but it would be facing, excuse me, out. So we're gonna have those going up, and then all of these right here. So now that I did that, look at just that little bit. Look at the impact of that, you guys. Simple. 3 elements so far. Now I'm going to add 1 more of these back into the front so that it's a little bit fuller in the front. And I can get it to cascade down a little bit. So we're going to put that in. So easy too, because you just push things around. Oh, there's my little island light too. So I really got to get my studio back together so I can get in there and work with you guys. Okay. So the good thing about this is, I mean, look at how cute that is already. Is because it's a bush, they're already kind of like distributed. But now you can take individual ones and bend them down wherever you want. So you kind of like spread them out a little bit, I guess you'd say. So we're going to do that, just spread some of these out so they're not totally clumped together, okay? So let me check that out. This will shift a little bit. Every time I start moving things around, it shifts. Okay. All right, so there we go. Here's the beginning of our Valentine arrangement, if you can believe it. But isn't that cute so far? Check it out. Okay. So now I want to talk about putting embellishments in. So we're going to move this aside for a second so I can tell you how I do this. And it's super easy. A lot of you probably already do this. But these are like the red hearts. You can get them. These were Hobby Lobby. I've seen similar at the dollar store. Any craft store really. Online. And I'm going to use 3. 2 large and 1 little. And I know I've mentioned it before. When I craft, I I saved my stems that I cut off. I have a box of them underneath my work table. So these were 3 of those that I cut off of another project. I'm going to use these to put on here. So you're just going to push them up in the bottom. This is styrofoam, so it's super easy to push them in. I make my hole first, then I take it out, squirt a little glue in, and then put the stem back in. But what I like about doing this is, could I just stick my heart in there? Absolutely. Will it shift? Yeah, it will. And it'll still shift a little doing it this way, but you have a better chance of it staying in place, okay? So we're gonna do all 3 of these. The other thing is, if you're doing, let's say you're doing a small little arrangement like for your bathroom or your office desk or something, and when you go into, let's say Hobby Lobby, and they have all of these, right? I mean, this is a good size for a little arrangement. But they also have vase fillers, like little styrofoam puffy hearts that are glittered. You don't have to buy the ones on stems or more money. You guys buy the ones, they come in bulk, in like a little plastic bag, and then put your little stems on them. Then you can stick them in little arrangements. I always say, think outside the box, you guys. Don't think you've just got to buy everything ready-made. See what you can fasten yourself and make it work for you, and you get more bang for your buck. So just like at Thanksgiving, we do it to the foam pumpkins. Don't buy the foam pumpkins on a stake. Just buy the ones that come in a bag and put your little stems up in them with some glue. Super easy. Okay, so let me do these 2 real quick. But this is how I did those, the ones in there, the ones in those arrangements on my mantle. A little bit different though is, those are not styrofoam, those were metal. So I'm going to show you how I do the metal ones. It's pretty easy. So now I've got this big one on a stake, and this is the last one. And it depends on how long you want these sticks or stakes that you're putting them on. You know, these are pretty short, but this arrangement has a lot in it, so it's going to support them. If your arrangement was a little more airier, you may want these to be a little bit longer, go down toward the bottom of your vase. Okay, so we'll let those dry. While those are drying, let's talk about like these. These came from Hobby Lobby. They have the tin back. So if I wanted to take these and put them in here, yeah, could I stick them in? Yeah, I can stick them in. You know, just push them. So if you want it all white, wouldn't this be cute? You just stick them in. But see how they want to fall forward. You have to halfway bury them in order to stick them in without them having some kind of stake on them. So what I would do with this is the same thing like these, except just glue it on the back. Just glue your stem. I already put those on, but I have a zip tie back here. So you can glue your stem right on like that. The other thing you can do is glue your stem with a zip tie through it, and if you're putting them on garland, then you have a way to put them onto your garland. Anyway, and we'll talk about that because I'm going to do a garland this week and show you what I do with these. So anyway, everything can be made into something to go into an arrangement. Okay, so now that those are dry, I'm going to turn this back around. Let me see here. Move the thing. So let's see. And then I'll take a picture when this is all done too. So I'm just going to stick these in. And then I'll turn around and show you guys. But I love it now that there's this little stake to kind of push it further down into the arrangement and give it support, because I don't want these to be buried. I want them to stick out a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to put them in different areas. We're going to make them so they come on down into the arrangement a little bit. And I'm going to do all 3. But so much fun. Let's do this one right here. We got that up top. Check out the change in the arrangement once we do that. What do you guys think? So you just put a couple hearts in, you guys. What do you guys think? Do you like it? So any of your normal arrangements, and I might bring these in a little closer. You know, it's kind of hard when I'm in this space and trying to look, and my camera's pointed down, so that's why I have to hold it backwards so you can actually see it. But this is probably going to go in my entryway. So, but I think the thing that is important about it is you can get the angles that you want when you put these in the arrangement if you have them on a stick. If you don't, you're going to have to bury it at least halfway into the arrangement so that it doesn't fall out. And even then, if you shift it at all, it's going to fall out. Because I tried, I'm like, I got to fix this. So, but what I like is you can get the big embellishment, like these big hearts to put in an arrangement. You don't have to stick with everything tiny. It just works. Martha, love the white against the deep green. Yes, thank you. I love contrast. If you guys haven't followed me for very long, I love contrast and I love color. I don't like doing everything neutral. I know that's kind of the trend now is natural wood and neutrals, you know, but I like my holidays and I like putting the color out there. Thank you, Rita. I'm glad you like it. So that's my little tutorial on Valentine's Day. But I want you to think in terms of not just like making an arrangement. This is just a very easy way you guys could go grab some stems or some bushes. I used a total of 4 magnolia bushes from Hobby Lobby, 1 bush of magnolia, and 4 stems of the long stocky. Whatever you want to use. I mean, there's all kinds of different long greenery like this that you can get at the different stores. So that's what I used in this kind of a vase. This vase was actually Hobby Lobby on clearance. So anyway, they're good for everything if you check their clearance aisles. Don't just check their seasonal either. They have an ongoing clearance aisle that you can find some good little vases in there sometime. Debbie, hi! Hi, Debbie. I should have said, come over today and craft with me, girl. Look at all this I gotta do. It's crazy. Bob's like, my husband's a realtor. He's doing open house. He goes, I'm out of here. There's too much pink on these counters. I'm like, that means I'm doing good. Anyway, good to see you, Debbie. Okay, guys, well, I hope you like that. Try it too. If you guys end up making some of these hearts, like these especially, I think these are so cool from like the dollar store. They're just awesome. And even, not Hobby Lobby, Home Goods sells the placemats similar to these in like four packs. So, but I'm doing a big garland on around my front door. These are gonna go in there, and then I'm gonna put some on my cupboards and maybe up above the cupboards. I just like it to explode for the holidays for my grandkids. Oh, one more I wanted to tell you about, like doing these, you know, where you stuff them. So I went to the dollar store with the girls the other day. You guys, they sell these. These are the little light wood ones on the craft aisle. So you could take these and paint them any color. Like if you wanted red glitter, how easy. Paint it red, throw some glitter on there, and then put a stake on it to put it in an arrangement. $1.25. So I bought a few of these so I could do. So if you don't also have, if you go to the stores and they don't have the color you want to use, like maybe you want glitter but you don't want to use red, maybe you don't like using the color, you want to stay neutral with white. Paint this white and get some iridescent glitter. So now you've made your own heart. Or this is really, really sturdy because it's wood. Cover it with a fabric that you choose and stuff it just like I did the other. So lots of ideas to do it on the cheap. Or not on the cheap, on the budget, because who is not on a budget these days? I'm telling you, with this economy. But anyway, that's another day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've got more to bring you this week. We're going to make the big garland. I did a big the deco mesh, you know, the mesh ribbon that's really wide. I did one probably 4 or 5 years ago for Christmas. That was my whole garland on my fireplace. Well, I'm using the deco mesh to do the garland for above my front door, so I'm going to bring that to you. I'm going to actually do one. It takes a while, but we're going to do at least one section of it. So if you end up wanting to make something like that, I should have brought an old one out here, but what I use is the really, really cheap Christmas greenery garland. You know, they come like 6 foot. The cheap Christmas like pine that they come folded up with like a cardboard band around them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, etc. So they're all on clearance now. And they're like literally a couple dollars. So if you want to go buy one of those and buy some mesh, if you want to try a Valentine's one, I'll show you. And we're going to use some of these tips and tricks that I showed you today to make it and make it inexpensively, but it's going to have a wow factor. And then, of course, a wreath. Now, if you live in the Reading area, I wish you guys all lived here. We'd have a ball. I'd say, come on over. I'm making stuff today. I have classes coming up, several. They are going to be published in the next couple days. I'm getting them together. In fact, my whole table is full of one class that I'm laying out right now. But I have a wreath. I have something really fun for Valentine's Day, the Valentine's wreath, and wine barrel. If anyone wanted to learn how to make a wine barrel ring, it's going to be a cool class. That's one of my specialties. I don't teach it very often, but we're going to teach it. So anyway, if you're interested, keep watching. Make sure you're following me. You guys, please like this live and please share it if you can. If you like my page, make sure you're following my page. Go up to the top of my page and you'll see like you liked it. But there's 3 little dots. Hit those little dots. A little menu will drop down and it'll say follow. So please follow me. That's how I get pushed out by Facebook. So I appreciate all your support, you guys. And look for me tomorrow. I'll be jumping on here to show you the first class that I'm posting. We're going to post signups for it. So have a great Sunday and comment, like, share. And if you try any of these ideas, post a picture so I can see what you guys came up with. It's kind of fun to see someone else's interpretation of something I do. I like it. So have a great Sunday and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Rita, video those classes. I know, Rita, and you used to be in membership. I wish I could video them. I'm not set up because I do them in my kitchen. I'm not set up yet, but we're trying to figure out something for that. Because when I teach in person, I walk around the table because I'm helping people. So, and my kitchen nook is where I do it is very small. It's like there would be no room to put someone to, you know, photograph it or to film it. So we'll figure something out. And maybe membership will come back one day. This is kind of what I'm doing in place of membership now because I'm just not up to the gruel of membership yet, but I'm hoping to be there soon. So anyway, getting better by the day, but see, I'm already leaning today. I'm like, I get going and then I'm like, okay, it's catching up with me. I can't breathe now, but I'm doing a lot better. So anyway, Rita, I will come up with something and maybe, and also too, because it's a paid class, it's kind of hard to throw it out for free here. So maybe I could figure out something for those of you that were members and you guys were with me for quite a few years. So we'll figure something out for you. Anyway, guys, have a great Sunday and we will see you a bunch of times this week. We got more stuff coming up. So have a great day. Bye now.